Well, let's see if we can record a nice FSD drive. I hope you can. You can see this. This is the latest FSD beta, and I'm on a 4th floor of a parking lot. I'm going to try to take it down automatically, but I don't think it's gonna work. So let's see what happens. If it doesn't work, I'll just drive manually. So we are at the 4th level, and we are supposed to go all the way down. It's doing it. So, oh, where are you going? Okay, so that did not work. Yeah, that didn't work. Cancel. Okay, so I just went past the exit road. So what I'm gonna do is that I am going to manually go downstairs, because I don't think this is gonna work. It's behaving on the map as if we would just go on this direction and then make a quick left. So, well, now we corrected. So, well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Maybe I do that again. Let me activate FSD again and see what happens. Except that now I am on the 3rd floor. I'm pretty sure this is not gonna work. Let's see. Let's see if it works. Nope. It's going. It was gonna go past it again, so I'm just taking I'm making the rights. So we can leave the parking lot. That is really a shame, because there's nothing complicated about this here right now. At least I don't think there's anything complex. But the car doesn't seem to know that. I just activated it again just to see what happens. One more time. The car doesn't know that it needs to go down levels, right? So, oh, it did it. It did it here. Oh, okay, so it didn't do it on the first 3 floors, but it did it on the last one. Okay, so let's see. There's a gate here. I want to see how this behaves. I don't know really why it has a signal, but it needs to come out of here like right now. It's waiting for the thing. Hello? You're gonna go? Don't be shy. Oh, I thought it was gonna make a left. Speed bump. There we go. So, okay, so it took us 3 minutes to get out of the parking lot. And now, let's see. Oh, look, it's creeping up the skinny speed bump. That is great, because my car is lowered. So usually in the past would have to disengage these speed bumps here. Let's see if this one, that's not bad. Oh, good job. Good job. Now, leaving this parking lot here, we gotta make a left and then a quick right. But the thing is that the rightmost lane over there is going to be a turning only lane. So we shouldn't go to the rightmost lane. We should go to the 2nd lane, which is the first lane where we can actually continue our trip. So let's see what it does. Okay, perfect. So there was no cars coming. You know what it needed to do, and we are on our way. Good job, FSD super something. They call it supervised. I still think it's just FSD beta with a marketing name that is more appropriate. But right now we have 19 minutes of a drive in the middle of lunch time for most companies. So let's see how this drive goes. my settings are like the default settings, so it's in, let me see, average. Okay, I just turned on the the radio, a mistake. So it was actually on chill, I think, because I pushed it to the right and it's now on average. So now the car decided to pass this slower car. So I hope that it I don't like to be on the left lane, but I see a car that is a little bit faster than me coming on the right lane, so I'm not going to tell the car to move to the right lane. But once this car does, if the car doesn't go automatically to the center lane, I will tell it to go. Oh, it's doing it. Okay, great. So we have a nice, quick departure from the office, and now we're heading towards the area where I live. Car's telling me to apply slight force to the wheel, so I did that. But this is FSD beta 12.3.6, if I'm not mistaken, which is the latest. Was received I think it was yesterday or the day before that at around noon. Today is April 29, 2024, and this is the current state of FSD in my 2020 Model 3 Performance vehicle, which is on older hardware than the newer models. It's still able to operate the software stack, so that's a good thing, because otherwise why did we purchase it, right? So awesome. Let's continue the drive here. Hopefully we don't get too many red lights. I should be, since it seems like I'm getting this one green, I could be on a good cadence to continue going through the traffic lights on green, but only time will tell. Now, as you can tell, my 2020 Model 3 Performance is on the hardware that's not up to date, but I do have the same current visualizations, so you can get to see everything that the car sees. We're gonna get a first red light here. The car is just slowing down. I have quite a bit of energy on the battery, so it's mostly regenerating, but not completely. When it comes to quick stops, you can see that it's actually applying the brakes. But considering that this is an older car, it's unable to run Zoom, for example. This doesn't have the latest chipset, so it can't do video conferences. It has most of the games actually, but what matters here for this test is just, how does it drive? Does it drive the way it should? Is it gonna make many mistakes? FSD current version 12.3.6 is being claimed to be slightly a little bit better than the previous one, which was .5, but overall, compared to version 11 of FSD, it is significantly better. And I can confirm that, because at some point I just stopped using FSD 11 because there was not much new, and this car is so nice to drive manually that I had not been driving a lot of FSD in the previous version that we had. I just enjoyed driving my lowered car, especially on some twisty roads that I was on not long ago. In any case, right now we are about 14 minutes away from the destination, which is going to be a Wawa, which is known for its gas station and convenience store. It just happens to be a nice distance from the office, and Okay, so the car is now changing back to the leftmost lane. I have no idea why it did that. It did accelerate a little bit, so I guess it thought that that car was going a little bit slower than this one wants to go, and it's trying to pass it, which is about to do in a moment. Again, you see a little bit of a bouncier ride than normally in my car because I have sports springs, so they're a little bit, just a little bit stiffer, not a lot, because these are progressive rate springs. So when I'm not, accelerating hard or turning hard, the springs, the cushion on them it's very comfortable. The bounce rate is nice. This is interesting. I thought we were gonna go straight. So let me review the navigation here. Okay, so that is the navigation that it shows. I am not going to change the navigation because the car tends to know better than me if there's like an accident ahead or some other traffic. So we're gonna stick with the navigation that the car has. Instead of going straight and then making a left, we're gonna make a left now, then we're gonna make a right about a mile from now, about 1,800, 1,600 meters. And then we make another right where we're gonna have about 4.5 miles, maybe a little bit less than that, before we reach our destination. So in the meanwhile, think about questions that you may have. Send them to me under this video, or send me a direct message, and I will try my best to answer those. So I'm not really going to edit anything here. Whatever happens, and it's going to be recorded. It may be a little bit of a longer video, so that's why I decided to record it in 1080p instead of 4K, just so that it doesn't take much space on the phone. I am not going to put anything, any graphics, any music. It's just going to be about the drive and the actual experience, and see how FSD performs. So this slide tends to be a little bit long, and that's why I didn't want it to get us. But hey, it got us. There's nothing I can do. So let's just wait through it. And again, reminder, leave me your comments. If you are not subscribed here, I encourage you to subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, the subscriptions are free, but I do have memberships in YouTube. If you are here, it's the opposite. This goes in the standard stream. But if you want to support my videos and help me make better, easier decisions as to what to record, instead of struggling with that a little bit, because I really make absolutely no money with this. But I do want to dedicate myself to it full time. So if I get enough subscribers that are paid, either here, it could be Patreon, it could be on X, it could be on YouTube, but your subscriptions and your support goes a really long way, and I will really appreciate it. If you don't want to make a monetary donation, that's okay too. Being subscribed to my streams, following me on X, or being subscribed on YouTube goes a really long way as well, because that helps the system recommend my videos to other people. And if I get some ad sharing revenue or ad revenue sharing, then that also helps. So you don't have to really make a monetary subscription, but do follow me, do subscribe. It helps. So enough of that. Let's go. Let me talk about what's happening here. This traffic light is our next turning point. We're gonna turn right, and it's red. The way the car is accelerating and braking just feels like, if I was on the passenger seat right now, I think I would feel like a human is driving. This is really, it's equally good, equally bad behavior in terms of how it's accelerating and how it's turning. I have to say it's, you know, I said good and bad. It's really all good behavior because the majority of the people that I see, they tend to be driving less than ideal compared to the way that I see this car driving right now. So I am on this drive. I actually made myself a proposition. I said I am going to do whatever I can to not miss any bad behaviors on the car, because I want to expose anything that's bad so that it can be corrected, right? But so far so good. Other than the little bit of issues that we had on the parking lot, that's about it. I mean, look at this. Look how smooth this is behaving. It pulled out correctly. It's driving perfectly fine. We're making left and right hand turns without any issues. I don't have the air conditioning running because I was freezing at my office. And I like when it's a little bit warmer after leaving the igloo that was the office. So we are about 3 miles away, which is, you know, for those of you on the metric system, it's about what, 3,500 meters, something like that. So apply slight turning force to the wheel. That was the warning. The car is changing lanes because this car was slower. And we got another traffic light. So I know where we're going. I know where we need to turn. So what I'm going to do now, since we're going to that convenience store, gas station, I'm going to make the visualizations take over the whole screen. And I think so you had visualizations in dark mode because that's my preferred choice, but I don't think that looks perfect on a bright sunny day on the camera. So I'm going to change my display settings to go light right now so that you can see the visualizations like that. Maybe that helps you a little bit. I don't like that view. For me, every device looks better on dark mode, but in the interest of making a better video with better visuals, then I decided to change that. Okay, let's go. So this truck on the left side kind of invaded my lane a little bit. He's swerving on the road, so the car slowed down when he saw that, and now it just kept going like normal. So we're on the middle lane. We're about 2.5 miles away from turning point. Now it's getting hot here, so I'm going to turn on the AC. And let's put it on 69 Fahrenheit temperature, which is very comfortable for me. And it's also funny, I think. So I think I'm going to title this video based on how many interventions we had after we left the parking lot, because obviously we had to disengage a couple of times in the parking lot, so that was bad. But the actual drive, once we got to the ground floor, has been really, really good so far. So if I don't have to disengage until we get there, I am naming this video a zero disengagement 20, what? Right now it's 19 minutes of a drive. I'll say we're probably another couple of minutes away. X amount of minutes, zero disengagement drive. That's my goal. Unless the car does something terribly bad, which I'm not gonna let it do anything terribly bad. I'm going to intervene just before anything bad happens. So based on that, that was gonna be the title of this video. It's gonna be based on how many minutes and how many disengagements we get after the parking lot. Okay, the traffic light just turned green. We're still sitting here because people are kind of slow to react to it, and then it feels like they're pulling each other with a little rope, so they don't move right away. This car though, it's moving as quick, like as soon as the car in front of us moves. It's perfect. Love it. So I always keep my foot on the accelerator. Oh, there's a broken down car here. Huh? In the middle of the of the traffic light. That's bad. I hope they're okay. So yeah, that's another thing that I really think is great. The way that this car reacts. Now it annoys people a lot less than with previous versions. So that's a plus. If we are collecting a list of things that the newer FSD 12 does versus the older FSD 12, then I would say definitely the way that it drives annoys other drivers less than in the past. Okay, so we are now about a mile away. We've been on the road for 21 minutes and 15 seconds right now. I have a little rattle here on my custom wireless charging pad. I don't know if you can hear it. I hope not, because that would make for a very annoying video. Sometimes it makes the noise and sometimes it doesn't. So it's been a good minute since I touched the wheel, and it hasn't warned me yet. The car's changing lanes now. There's someone behind me tailgating me. This, I'm not sure exactly why people drive so close to the car in front of them. And this guy he just wanted to pass me because, you know, they don't like a Tesla in front of them, I guess. He could have just changed lanes behind me to come to the same lane, and now he's just here on the same traffic like as I am. Some people are just dumb, and that is a dumb driver. There's a Model Y on the other lane on the turning side, so we're about half a mile away, which means about 800 meters away from turning left. So right after this traffic light, we're gonna pass a supermarket, a pharmacy, and a gas station, and then before the following gas station, that's where the traffic light is. Right in between the two gas stations, we're gonna make a left, and then we're gonna turn right into the the convenience store or gas station that is Wawa. If you're watching this from outside the United States or from the United States in a place where there's no Wawas, Wawa is just a gas station, usually with a convenience store that is pretty famous, especially on the east coast of the United States. The turning lane is moving. You can see everything being visualized here on the screen. And the amount of traffic it's kind of dense today. So there's quite a bit of traffic. This is lunch hour for most companies, so there's a lot of people on the road right now going or coming from lunch. So this is real traffic on a real city, on big wide lanes. All right, this is it. One more traffic light after this one, and we turn left. And then we turn right into the gas station. So apply force, what I usually do is touch the speed or the volume of the radio. That also counts as activity so that it stops nagging you. I am not sure. Okay, so the car put the turn signal incorrectly, corrected but left the turn signal. This is where we're supposed to turn. That wasn't good. I'm gonna send a notification snapshot. Now the traffic light is green, but there's incoming traffic. Okay, so that was perfect because as it was turning yellow, the car made the left, and now it's gonna have to take a right on the following entrance here. I want to see if it parks itself. That would be nice. So I pulled out the map so you can see where we're supposed to go, like where the pin is. So let's see if the car goes around this corner and finds a parking spot. I don't think so. Well, let's see, because it already parked for me once without me telling it. So it's looking for the pin. I just have to watch it, make sure that it doesn't hit a curb or anything like that. Okay. Please park yourself. Park, park, park. It is not going to park itself. Okay, so the navigation has concluded. I'm letting the car do whatever it wants to do right now, just in case it decides to park itself. There's a stop sign here covered with a tree. It did the stop. Now it's going in circles. Let's see if that means that it's looking. Okay, so now it says autopilot complete. Accelerate to continue, it said. So it just went around again. It didn't try to park itself. It's just going in circles. So I'm gonna wrap this up if it doesn't park right now. But this was a 26.5 minute zero disengagement drive. All right, thank you for watching, everyone. I will hope you join me on the next video. Peace.